Alright guys, let's create this cake. Very simple, so we can quickly build this, but I would consider this one as intermediate to advanced user. Alright, let's start creating this. I'm going to create a new file. So I'm going to start from scratch. So let's delete this cube and let me enable my shortcut keys. Alright, so let's create the first cake layer. Add mesh cylinder. So let's go into scale along Z, S, and after that Z, tab into edit mode, go to loop cut, put one loop cut here, another one here, and then another one here possibly, and then another one very close to top, right, to give the round shape. Select this face selection mode, select this face, press I to insert, and then very slightly I again, get it up to the middle, control plus 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 until you get to this point, and now you shift D and then right click. Now you need to scale slightly, little bit, P, selection. Now there are two components, one is this base, the other one is this icing layer, right? Tab into icing layer, and then you are in the edit mode, press A to select everything, Alt E, extrude along normals, so you extrude that one. Now tab out of edit mode. Now you have some thickness to that icing, so let's get into control plus, and then you add one subdivision surface modifier, and then if you want you can go to object shade smooth. Same thing for the cake base as well, object shade smooth, this one object shade smooth, and then come to the object properties, and then under the normals, auto smooth normals, so that will give you some kind of like a smooth look, right? So let's get one loop cut somewhere here, another one, some loop cut very close to the bottom edge, right? So that's enough. Now what I do is I tab out of edit mode, select that top icing part, press / to get into the isolation edit mode. Now tab into edit mode, top view, I need to press Control numpad 7 to go to the bottom view, right? Now edge selection mode, this edge, this very tiny edge, right? And somewhere here maybe shift click on this edge, another one from here, maybe someone from here. It's a random thing, completely random thing. You can rotate. Now enable proportional editing or press O on your keyboard, and then G to grab, Z to Z axis, and then adjust your middle mouse button, rolling that you can change the effective area, and then you grab it. So this is how build the the icing. So you can lift this some little bit, grab Z, alright, tab into object mode, / again. Now select both of these, shift D, right click, grab G to grab along Z axis, grab it here, scale, shift S. Alright, now you have two layers of this cake. Let's start building some sprinkles, right? So select this cake icing, and then tap into edit mode, face selection mode, select this face, and then Control plus plus somewhere here, go to object data properties, and then add a vertex group, rename this one as icing sprinkles. Okay, and then assign. Now tab out of edit mode, select the icing, go to particle tab, click on plus sign, particle system, let's mark it as sprinkle. Okay, and make sure that you select hair, and 1000 is good enough for now. Now let's build our small sprinkle, one particle. Okay, so add a mesh, a cylinder, and then go to isolation mode, scale, shift C, scale. Now you scale it again. Now tab into edit mode, get some loop cuts, and then increase the number of loop cuts to maybe 3 or 4, and now select the edge selection mode, select the all, click on this loop. Now enable proportional editing, grab, and then scroll, adjust your effective length to give it a kind of like a shape. Now get out of the individual mode. This is cylinder pore, so let's rename this one. So let's rename this to sprinkle. What we do is select this hair, click on hair, go to particle tab again. Now you already applied that one, click on advanced. I'll now come to rotation. Before that, let's go to render, and then select the render as a object, and then now you have a chance to select the object. I know what I did, sprinkle. Oh, there is an additional C there, but never mind. Now it is sprinkle. Now you can see some sprinkles around, this on the icing. Enable rotation, and then along orientation axis is normal, and randomize face is this one, face randomization. So rotation has some variations. Now so these sprinkles apply to everywhere, so I want to apply sprinkles only on the top of this icing, so that part comes under vertex group. Under the density you can select that icing sprinkles, that is where you have only the top part of this icing set assigned to a different vertex group. So I only apply my particles onto that group, right? So let's go to scaling, scale that one a little bit, and then you can do slight randomization to the scaling, but don't do too much. Come over here under the emission, expand the sources, and even distribution is there, but random order should be fine. So the distribution is not jitter, it should be random, right? Now you have random sprinkles of that sweet things, candy on top of this icing. Okay, so it's best that if we can assign some color to this one. So let's assign some colors first, right, before we build the candle, right? So let's select this icing, and then go to material section, add a new material, rename that one cake icing. Let's color this one pretty girlish color, so it's pink, right? Select this cake, and then cake, I will call it cake base, and then assign very nice looking light blue color there. Okay, so now select your particle and then create a new material. So rename this one as sprinkle, and go to shading. Okay, now I'm trying to do some coloring of this one with a different color. Okay, so if you select the color from here, for example red, you see all these particles red, right? I want to have some, colorful sprinkles. You have seen sprinkles on cakes, right? That is not single color, right? Rarely it is single color, but mostly it is colorful, right? So let's do some trick here. So I want to add a color ramp and connect this color ramp to the base color. Right now, change this mode to constant. Okay, now select one of these, change that color to maybe red, and then add another, change the color to probably yellow, and then add another one, change the color to maybe green, add another, bring it over here, change that color to maybe blue, add another one here, change the color to probably pink, not pink because pink is already there. Let's arrange this slightly, green, yellow, let's add some purple too, right, to make it more like a complete. Okay, alright, now apply colors randomly to each and every these particles. So to do that, what I do is I get object information, object info, and now connect this random output to the fact input. Now you see colorful sprinkles assigned to this one, right? So let's if you feel it is too long, so let's go to our sprinkle and then scale it along z-axis. Okay, now if you come out, you can see that the size has changed. Okay, now you have sprinkles on top of that. Now what I do here is I want to delete this part, x, delete, shift D, Z, I'm getting this one along z-axis. Now scale. Okay, grab along z-axis. Alright, so that's how you do it. Let's put some icing. Let's save this one first. Okay, let's make cake. Oh, I already have one, cake 2. Okay, now let's create some icing. Okay, before that I want to create a candle and reuse that candle as a type of icing on top of this cake, right? So let's add a mesh, a circle. If you press / you go to the isolation mode of that ring. Let's go back to the isolation mode again. Now grab this, grab along x-axis, now shift D and then again x-axis somewhere here. Let's get it, grab along x somewhere here, grab along x, doesn't have to be too precise, grab x, now select both of them, shift D, right click, rotate along z-axis 90 degrees, right? Now combine all these, Control J to combine, tab into edit mode, go to the top view, press 7, numpad 7, vertex selection mode, select all these vertices and press X to delete vertices, right? Now the point is, now I want to make these two merge at center, select these two, M at center, select these two, press M, center, these two, M, center. Now this is a single object, you can edit as a single object, right? So now select this object, this is important, go to object, set origin, origin to geometry. Now it will bring the origin of that geometry to the center of that object, right? Now Control A, scale. Okay, now let's go to the modifier tab and add a modifier. This time I'm adding a screw modifier. Nothing happens, but weird thing is going on here. That is because in the settings we did not change the screw value, right? So let's make it a little bit. All right, now you have a kind of a, like a candle, right? So let's apply this. Let's close the top, select the entire edge loop, top edge loop, or click on this and then press F to close it. Right now I to insert, get into middle. Now it is closed. Let's get into the edit mode. Now I want to assign some colors, very beautiful colors, to this candle. Okay, so let's select everything, go to color, material, add a new material, rename this one as candle red and select red. Now everything is red, right? So let's do a single stripe at a time, right? Come over here and this edge, click on this edge. Okay, now you select the entire stripe going around that candle. Now shift alt, click on this, adding to that selection, right? Now come over here to the material tab, add, press plus and then new one, assign. Now rename this one candle yellow, right? So change this color to yellow, bright yellow. Right, now the next one, alt click, shift alt click, new material, assign candle underscore blue. Alright, so the base of the candle is made now. Okay, now what I want to do here is I want to add a flame. Let's go to edit mode, select this face, shift S, cursor to selected, and then now go to tab out of edit mode, add mesh. So let's add a spear. Yeah, now scale along Z, grab Z, tab into edit mode, vertex selection mode, grab Z. Now make it a little smaller. Okay, now edge selection mode, this edge loop, grab. Okay, tab, object, shade smooth, save it. Now you have it. Now you need to combine these two, Control J. We need to change the color of that flame later, but before that, so let's go to edit mode, select one of these faces and press L. That will select the linked object, so that is only the what do you call the candle base, right? Now shift D, right click. Okay, now press P, selection. Now that is a separate object, grab Y. Now I want to delete all these materials of this object. Now go to edit mode, isolation mode of this, go to side view, enable. Now select the top faces, press X, faces. Now disable the X-ray mode. Now the point is alt edge selection mode, alt click on this edge, scale. Now come over here, vertex mode, M, center, you connect all of them. Now come over here, the bottom part, scale, and then again scale. Okay, now tab, exit the isolation mode. Now these are giant, right? Make them very small, right? So that they are like, grab C, top view, grab somewhere here. Now this one, scale, grab, top view, grab somewhere here, scale, very edge, so this one should be in the middle. Now let's see what I can do with this. I want to duplicate this around this cake, and then this one as well, right? So I want to change the color of this flame later, but I will keep it at the last part of this tutorial. Okay, so now, so let's apply some stuff here. So Shift S, cursor to world origin, select this object, set origin to 3D cursor. So the origin is in the center of this world, right? So the world origin. Now add empty plane axis. So that is empty, remember that. So there is an empty in the middle of this world, right? Shift S, cursor to world origin, Shift S, selected to cursor. Okay, now object, set origin to 3D cursor. Now come over here, click on this candle. Now once you scale everything, this is really important, select the empty to make sure that Control A, all transformation, select the candle, Control A, all transformation. Now select the candle, go to modifier tab, and then add a modifier, array modifier. Turn off the relative offset, and then increase this one to maybe 12, and turn on object offset. This should be empty. Now come over here, select the empty, and then rotate along Z axis, right? Now do the same thing here. We need to add one more empty plane axis, so that is MD001. Apply the scaling for this one, all transformation, select the icing object, set origin to 3D cursor, because 3D cursor is at the world origin. Now I'm going to select this, Control A, all transformation, to make sure that nothing goes wrong. This one, grab along Z axis, again apply these transformations before we add any modification or modifier. Let's make it 12, maybe 20, and turn off the relative offset and turn on the object. This time this is MD001. Now select the MD001, rotate along Z axis, rotate C, this, apply. Okay, Shift D, right click, grab Z. Now scale along X and Y but not Z, right? Grab Z. Okay, let's quickly assign some nice looking material to this. You know what, L P selection, tab, select this, tab into edit mode, and then go to shading. I'm going to delete this. let's add a new material. I want to delete this one and add a node. I want to add a color ramp over here, and then make this color red and make this color yellow. And also I want to add texture coordinate, and now also I need a mapping node, so I need to map the coordinate of this, all these objects, and then accordingly apply the gradient. So generated to vector, we want to make the y rotation 45 degrees and keep z scale only 1 and the other two are 0. Right now, if you change the slider, you can change the color gradient of this flame, right? And like this. I'm adding an emission node here, and then increase the value to little bit, 4 or 5. Right now, if you go to layout mode, so this is kind of like emitting light. This one is missing colors, so let's go to color, red, select candle red. Oh, okay, what I did was alright, so we did some mistake, but anyway we can get it back again, get the red color back again. So let's go here and then go to individual edit mode. So by mistake somehow I change the material, candle material, to something else. So let's do this, candle red. So you have to be very careful when you reassign colors, otherwise so you going to change everything, right? So come out of this mode, so you can always redo that thing, so no worries. Alright, so the sprinkles are done, the candle is done, so these are huge. So alright, so let's add some happy birthday. Okay, add text. Okay, rotate x 90. Now tab into edit mode, isolation mode. Okay, isolation mode, tab into edit mode, happy day, happy birthday. Okay, now right click, convert to, before that I want to get out of this mode and then scale this one down. Right click, convert to mesh, tab into edit mode, press A to select everything, extrude to extrude, tab, exit the isolation mode. Now assign some color for that text. Okay, alright guys, this is our cake, right? This should conclude our simple cake tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing. See you soon. Bye.